Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and our home team. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First and 10. Short. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun. Short. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun. Short. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Guilt trip is here, baby. Guilt trip is here. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit!
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and
now they have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught at the 8. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Riddick with a carry. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Riddick gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Now Scarborough, and an alley to run. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Over.
Right back to him on 1st down. Now the ball comes loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
All right, now look at 56.
On the ground, it's Reddick. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. It's a quarterback sneak. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
They'll go with a keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Jackson on 1st down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Here's Reddick. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Gone!
On 3rd down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. It can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
To throw again. Short. Going up top. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Short steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And he's got Snead. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, he's got a man wide open. up and complete. The gain of 39 that time.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Forced out to his left. Staying on his feet. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Hooked by Tarvarius Moore. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
To throw from his end zone. Short. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw from his end zone. Short. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. From the gun, short. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a first down.
Back out of that belly, here we go.
Throwing on first down. Short. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran now a nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in a running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. On third down, short, and he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. It's caught at the 10. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. The kick by Carlson is good. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. This is Scarborough. He gets away from one, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Ravens on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Jackson from the shotgun, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Short. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now here come the Ravens. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Play action. Now Jackson. He hits Riddick underneath. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Jackson down on third down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. To throw on second down. Short. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
No. Check. Patriot. Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Set. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a play fake here on first down. Out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 12. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to loft one, deep left side, and that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 55 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On second down, here's Jackson. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back. So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Ravens on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be third and a mile. Jackson to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Looking to throw. Short, escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Back to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 9 on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Certainly would have liked to get some yardage out of that play, but now you got to put this in the hands of your field goal kicker, see if he can get you to overtime. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. So 3 points, the deciding margin, and the kick no good at the end that could have sent us to overtime. And while it was a decently long kick, we've almost gotten to the point with these kickers these days, anything inside 60, we just expect them to make it. But that was a tough pressure kick.
I love how you brought that up, though. That is so true, because the kickers have almost done themselves a disservice by being so good. Exactly right. And when they do miss it, I'm not sure we give enough gravity to the idea of, that's a really long kick in a difficult situation, folks. Tough attempt, and he missed.
So for the home team here, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, alongside Charles Davis.